All right, family, I want to welcome you to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey, come on now.
Yeah. That's what's
welcome,
up.
welcome, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day and everything's going well. We're about to dive into another episode of the family tree. And with that, hopefully we can get some things straight on everything that's going on in the world, Big B. Lots going on. I'm going to slow this down, stop sharing. And as we get started today, and let's see, we're going to stop sharing over here. There you go, Big B.
There we go, man.
And I want to turn it over to the host with the most. Let's give Big B, Bill Morgan, a hand over there. What's up, Big B?
Yo, man, I'm doing terrific, man. Look, can you believe 3 days with no humidity?
Yeah.
You notice I'm not even greasy today. Oh, look out now.
I know. You're not even greasy enough,
I'm not even greasy tonight. So you know it ain't gotta be all right.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, man.
All right, family. We want to say thank you for chiming in. If this is the first time you join us, this is the Family Tree, and this is your holistic health network for what's going on in the world. We pray that everything is going well with you and your family during this pandemic time. But we want to select this as a place where you can always chime in to ask questions, concerns, things that are on your heart, on your mind, share testimonies with each other, things that are working for you that can help somebody else.
Yep.
Family tree, we base it off of the ancient concept of the family gathering around the tree. We used to go around these ancient trees called laurel trees, and they were holy sacred places where we can find all our problems and troubles. Guess what? Things usually around the corner, because we say your only real true security is what? Your social security is what?
Your family. Your family.
That's what's up. A check. Not a check. It's only going to be your closest family around you.
Yes,
So
sir, buddy.
if we have any questions today, we say no dumb questions. Ask your questions. Go down to your chat box down there where the reaction is at the lower part of your bar. Hit it. Raise your hand, ask any question you want. We say there's no dumb questions. Only one dumb is the one that you didn't ask, right?
That's right.
So we hope that everyone, we do things with decency and respect. And also we give each other time. So we'll answer those questions as quickly as we can. Feel them over to Big B. If you don't want to get on the screen, just put it down in the chat box and we'll make sure we'll get that question, at least feel it for you. If we can't answer it, we'll get back to you and let you know what it is. All right. Sure. And last but not least, if you're calling in from by phone and you missed the prompt that actually tells you how to raise your hand, just let us know. And we'll field your question in, okay? We'll get your question in and just let us know that you are on the phone, all right? So we want to get started. Big B, are you in the house? Where are you, Big B? You disappeared from me, man.
I'm right next to you, man. Where you at?
See you, man.
Where you at?
Where you go? Big B?
I'm right next
to you, man.
What you doing?
They pushed you to the back, man. What happened?
See that, y'all?
I'm just playing with you. He's right there.
Oh, man.
We got Prophetess.
Prophetess
is in the house too. Where is she?
Yes.
Where is she?
Look, she's down. She's down under me, but
okay. All right.
Pour down.
Okay. All right. We're gonna shout out to Prophetess. She will also on the chat box. She'll be grabbing things, posting them. So Big B, before you give us out those numbers on what's going on in the world from our favorite website, give them the information that they can get a transcript of tonight's program. Okay?
Yes, indeed, guys. I think, matter of fact, Prophet has already put it in, but I'm gonna make sure if you want a copy of this evening's chat, all right, you gotta send me, guys, an email. You gotta send it to meccavideo@gmail.com. That's MECCAVIDEO@gmail.com. That way you got a copy of tonight's chat. Now, I've noticed some folk put it in the chat. Don't put the request in the chat because I'm getting young and my eyes are going away. So make sure you send me a specific Gmail, guys, to MeccaVideo Gmail. That way I make sure that you get it. And I'll tell you something, I'm pretty good at getting out pretty good getting out the next day, huh?
Yeah,
because I wind up going out.
Yeah, that's why we say support the family tree, y'all. Support the family tree. Big B over there is working real hard. He's getting the information out to you by email, but he also is doing the programs. So he's pre-proving the programs and editing them and putting them out on Facebook. So that's where the donations, they don't go to me. They go right over to Big B for the programming and production and things that it takes to make the family tree happen, right? So let's give him one more hand, y'all. Give Big B over there. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate you so much for making it happen. All right. So Big B, tell me what's going on our favorite website, buddy.
Listen, let me tell you something. Look, I almost got a little crazy when I first came up tonight, because you know what? When I went to it, guess what? There was no data there. I said, "Oh God, what happened? Did the world go?" There was nothing there, and I had to go out, and I came back about 4 times, and something must have been wrong in the system. I had to go up and I clicked data on the very top, so they must have had it skewed up and messed, and it popped up. So
okay.
Had me word there for me. But anyway, guys, from my very favorite website, that's INCOV, that's NCOV2019.live. Our quick facts for tonight, as of 2 minutes ago, our total confirmed cases 597,506,008. Total critical cases 44,428. Total deceased 6,461,157. Total active cases 37,367,844. Here we go, guys. Total recovered 553,644,562. Mental health moment, guys, for the family.
Oh, that's a mental health moment there, buddy.
That's our mental health moment, buddy.
Yes, absolutely. You know, as we say, things are continuing to, people are doing well. You know, monkeypox is on the rise there, buddy.
Yes, sir.
You know, and they're wondering, where is this stuff coming from? I want to give a little special breakdown today on monkeypox. Get your pens and pads ready. All right. We're going to talk about a little monkeypox today and what's happening with this. So, Big B, tell us, where are we going? We're going to the chat. We're going to the front page.
You know what? Listen, guys. Hey, guys, did you all hear what Dr. Paul said about the reactions and how you want to put your hands up? Because I don't see a hand up. Am I missing one? Did I go blind? There are no hands up anywhere.
There are no hands up, but there are questions in the chat box.
Yeah, okay. Yes. All right. Let's get a chat box.
There is nothing.
I couldn't believe that. I said, "Ooh, Harold." Okay, Harold says, "Dr. Paul, what is the difference between CoQ10 and ubiquinol?"
Yeah, ubiquinol and ubiquinone. You know, this is a breakdown we talk about all the time. Remember, when you take CoQ10, the body converts it to either ubiquinol and ubiquinone. One is a antioxidant, one is a nutrient. They kind of predetermining with the ubiquinol, because they're saying that this is what people do. But we say, just get the CoQ10. And with the CoQ10, let the body determine which one you need. Do you need more antioxidant to fight, or do you need nutrients? So the difference is the body with CoQ10 converts it from ubiquinol to ubiquinone based on what you need. They are starting to use it as a selling point, though, to actually add immediately to it CoQ10 with ubiquinol or ubiquinone. But I think it's predetermined. You can't predetermine what somebody has or what they need. So one's antioxidant, one's nutrients. That's the key.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Here we go from Kathy. Kathy says, a friend of mine has a 9-year-old grandson who appears to be developing male breasts. She wants to know what she can change with regard to his diet to help this condition.
Yeah, whenever that's happening, that's too much estrogen producing foods. You got to watch the diet for a lot of the young boys. It starts to stimulate the estrogen, so they're producing more estrogen. So now it's going to start to give them female qualities and things like that. So now breasts, sometimes also lack of production of the genitalia for the young boys. So you got to watch things like you know what this is coming from, y'all? I'm going to tell y'all. We've seen studies that show that a lot of this is coming from the genetic modified chicken. That's what it's coming from. You know, the genetically modified chicken, genetically modified foods is sort of altering the hormones. So number one, watch the refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. Stay off of those things. You know, get the children on a good green drink. That's why when I first designed this thing for my son, I really, I intended this for everybody, but I utilized my son as a prime number one. If he can take it, then anybody can take it. So you got to get that proper amount of multivitamin nutrients, land and sea. So I would start with a green drink, half the body weight in ounces, keep them off the refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. Those are the keys right there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Diane says, when taking
you.
okay, when taking red onion tea, can you use just half of the red onion and
Sure.
red onion? Okay.
Yeah, it's
And
always
save all-
based.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, you are able to use the green leaves of the celery when juicing it.
Sure. The red onion, let's deal with that one first.
Okay.
Yes, you can use. It's always based on how much you're going to be using with the red onion. I tell folks, don't make it, sometimes people say, well, I can't make a whole lot because I don't know how much I want to drink in a day. So get a kettle, fill it up with the Crystal Geyser water or spring water bottle at the source in the kettle. And then you could take a quarter of an onion. Doesn't take a lot because that onion is very powerful. The alliums are very strong. So you drop it in there, let it boil about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, you got it. So that's two, a kettle can hold maybe about about 3 or 4 cups, you can do in there. So that's a good source right there. So it doesn't have to be a full one. If it's a full onion, that's like a gallon. If you could do a gallon, 1 full onion to a gallon, and that's about a palm size onion. Got about a palm size. All right. And what was the other question there?
Are you able to use the green leaves of the celery when juicing it?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. The celery, lettuce. You mean just regular lettuce? You mean?
No, celery.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Everything emulsifies. You can get emulsifier. Most of the juicers they don't sell juicers as much as they used to now that they have the emulsifiers. You know the difference between emulsifier. Y'all do know the difference between a juicer versus emulsifier, right?
Right.
Anybody know the difference?
Diane?
I have a Vitamix.
Vitamix, right. So that's an emulsifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an emulsifier. Jack
And it allows
LaLanne.
different fiber.
Remember the one Jack LaLanne used to have?
Yeah.
I remember Jack LaLanne. I'm dating
Yes.
myself.
That's
Woo,
all right. Well,
boy, I'm really dating myself, boy.
that's all right. I was before you, so we know.
Y'all all remember Jack LaLanne?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Swim
No.
across
Yeah,
all that water.
I'm not gonna date myself.
All the chair exercises. That was
Yeah.
the first
Yeah,
guy.
buddy.
That was before my time.
You better stop,
Yeah.
Oscar. You and me
Jack.
before they old in dirt, so stop.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I just remember them telling me stories about this guy,
Yeah, man.
Older than Methuselah.
So definitely,
Lord.
that's the juicer. When Jack LaLanne came out with that, he came out with the juicer where it would extract pulp.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then they started saying, wait a minute, you kind of need that pulp. That's good roughage. And that's actually what's good to, fiber. You need to clean the intestines. So they say, well, wait a minute. Why don't we just speed up the blade? I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, speed up the blade so that if you speed up the blade, it actually tears down faster. So did you know that the average emulsifier has the equivalent speed of a lawnmower?
Have mercy.
You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
Yeah, so this is like the speed of a lawnmower. Usually it's like 800 or so RPMs. Yeah,
Wow.
usually around 800 is somewhere around the sign. That's about the speed of a lawnmower. So yeah, chop it all up. And then now you get it all. You get the actual vegetable or fruit and the pulp all broken down, and it has some fiber still there. So it's always good.
All right, very good. All right, James, is it common for your stool to be loose or watery when used in the green drink?
Well, it depends. You'll see stool go through different phases based on where your diet is. We know that watery stool, closer to watery stool, does mean that your body's pushing out a lot of toxins. That's when you notice that you're pushing more toxins out. Specifically, like if it gets watery, if you have watery stool, then that means it's moving towards pushing things like bacteria and virus out of the system. So the more it gets, the harder your stool starts to get. That means that it becomes more consistent. That means more fiber. Some people say, well, should it float or not float? And And some people say I don't look, but
I'm
yes, you
scared.
should see if
Should
it
look.
floats.
I'm scared, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep, yep. You should have a little float to it because if it floats, that means it's fiber, right? If it
Mhm.
goes straight to the bottom, that means not enough fiber. Not enough fiber. That's that fiber that they were talking about when they're juicing.
Mhm.
So I would say challenge that. Maybe one day I'll go over the scale of poop.
Oh no. Oh no.
The scales of poop. I gotta go over it one day. And I'll get a chart. We got poop charts too. Yep, we got poop charts. You
Well,
know,
you need to. You know what?
that's terrible because when y'all go off, y'all say, "What y'all talk about?"
We're talking about poop.
Talk about poop.
What?
God.
You know, there's a
All right.
commercial now. They're picking on the ladies now, but they have a commercial now where they talked about how the ladies,
Yes.
with their poop, you know, that,
Yes.
and they cut it off just before they say poop.
Yes.
They did what now? Say that again.
They cut it off. But there's a commercial that they had where they're using the ladies as a focal point, and when they're talking about,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
so,
They're advertising the probiotics.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
Mhm.
That's exactly right.
Girl.
Yeah.
So watch your subliminal stuff, guys. They're trying to get you in there, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. Next question. Then we'll go up in the corner to Cecilia. Stacy wants to know what herbs and roots can you use for systemic itch all over the body, not rashes?
Yeah, any itching all over the body, I would specifically go to parasites. Yep, that's what I would start to do. Usually that's the body pushing something out of the skin. And again, that's the liver trying to push it out. And if it starts to really itch, that's usually, in most cases, we're looking at parasitic activity of some level. And I would say there's a large percentage chance that is yeast. A lot of that is yeast because of the yeast. Processed foods creates a lot of yeast. A lot of people are retaining a lot of yeast because you can have yeast all over the body, in every part of your body, from the mouth to all the way through everywhere, all over your body. So that's primarily the one that affects most people. But what we would do is not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent disease, just food for the soul. We would do things like the wormwood. The wormwood is good. Black walnut is good. I like fennel is good. Cloves is good. Okay, all those are anti-parasitic. Neem is good. Okay, all of those are the anti-parasitics. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Just
Cecilia.
take one. Sorry, just take one
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah, you just need one. If I were to give
Okay.
you a choice of my favorite, which I'm going to tell y'all is 99.9999999 effective, and that would be wormwood.
Okay, thank you.
Did you know wormwood was used in the Bible, y'all?
Really?
Yeah, it was used in the Bible because it was actually said in Revelation talks about wormwood. When wormwood, it was the concept that in the last days when the Most High comes back, he will purge out, the evil of the world like a wormwood, and it was called wormwood. Well, that was taking the concept from the herb that comes to purge out all the parasites and parasitic people of the planet. Wow, that's deep.
That's deep.
That's some deep stuff.
All you gotta do is listen to Daddy. He'll tell you every time what you need to do.
Woo! Yeah, I ain't messing with that wormwood. Let me tell you, it is the most bitter of all. If there was one more, if I were to add one more, it would be called mugwort. Mugwort. All those are good. So
That's going to
mugwort.
be my question, Dr. Paul, because mugwort and wormwood, they're both Artemisian.
Artemisia.
Artemisian. So they're both equally well used or the same. Use them equally is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they're in the same family, just come from different regions. That's it. The difference, I would probably give the edge to mugwort that's closer to the equator, that's down in Africa. Yeah, I would give the edge to that one. Yeah.
Because at one point, Dr. Paul, you had mentioned that mugwort was good for COVID-19.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because they know.
So wormwood would be the same?
Yeah, mugwort
Oh.
would the same. Any of the parasitics. And remember, that's where the quinone was also good. Remember the quinone, which comes from the cinchona bark.
Right.
Hydroxychloroquine is made with cinchona. Got it? That's what, when they were talking about how they were trying to ban this stuff from being, that people couldn't get it and things like that. And ivermectin and things. These were antiparasitics.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? So if it was very effective, the most important threat to those that were pushing out, the medicines on the population to, because remember, it was for emergency response only. So if I'm going to put emergency response only, then I got to eliminate any possibility that there's any other solution to the problem. That's the rules for emergency response. So that's why they tried to move this out. But as we know, those things were very effective for a lot of people. A lot of people had ivermectin. But we go back to what? Anti-parasitic.
Parasitic, yeah.
Got it? So that means that technically, things that make you go,
Mm-hmm.
that means that everything from bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, all that stuff on every level is some kind of a parasite.
Parasitic, yeah.
To some level, yeah. That means also tumors. There was one guy, he actually showed that a tumor is actually the coagulation on the microscopic level. A tumor is actually all of the parasites coming together in one mass.
Wow.
Yeah, it's some deep stuff, y'all. It's some deep stuff. Can't tell you everything. They can't tell you everything because it would wormwood, mugwort. That's what I would say. That's how you clean yourself out. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Cecilia, you up next.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey, Cecilia.
I'm good. Nobody wanted to raise their hand, so I thought I'd get this party started.
Well, bless your heart with your Snoopy shirt on.
So I finally went to see Dr. Ethel and got a colonic done today.
Okay.
All right.
For the first time.
You felt good, didn't you, afterwards?
I was really nervous, but it wasn't bad.
Okay.
So now that I did that, my question is, can I go straight to the eliminator now?
Yes, you can start, after you've taken it for a while. Usually that colonic you just did is going to last you for a little bit. So continue to just eat right, eat light. I would stay away from heavy meats for a little bit. Try things that are lighter if you can. And just let your body regenerate. See, when you do a colonic, you can also remove the good and the bad bacteria. So sometimes it takes a while for you to get your digestible enzymes together. Everybody's different. So you got to start to sort of do this thing gradually back slowly. One thing that I would recommend with things like whenever you do a colonic would be aloe vera gels, things like that. So you would take that before each meal. That's what we do to sort of like a preparatory before you eat anything. Take aloe vera gel because that's going in. It's sort of like setting the groundwork for all of the inflammation, if there's any in the lining of the intestines. Got it? Now, this was your first one? You said your first one?
Yeah.
Are you set up for a series?
No, and I forgot to ask her, how often should I do this?
Yeah. See, sometimes you remember when you take a colonic, it's taking off layers. If this is the first time you ever done this, and and if you've been eating, you're a meat eater. If that is, you're not a meat eater, well, this actually works well for you then. It's taking off layer after layer after layer. Got it? So just doing this, you can ask her based on where your results were from today's. I would ask her, what did she recommend for you? Okay. As far as return, sometimes it may be a week, sometimes it'll be 2 weeks, something like that. But it'll be close in that zone. So colon cleanse still works. you know. But I would take it easy on any meats. Okay, well, you don't eat any meats anyway. What about fish? You eat any fish or chicken?
Yes, fish, just fish.
Just fish. So you're pescatarian, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
So that's good. Just watch heavy stuff though. Got it?
Okay.
All right.
And, I wanted to act like Helen for a minute and show you what I got from the market.
Go ahead. Well, go ahead, Helen, Miss Sue.
So I went to my Asian market today and I got a melon.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of melon. I'm not sure what it is, but it did taste good.
You didn't ask him what kind of melon it is.
I read it on the thing, but I forgot by the time I got home.
Take a picture with your phone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I got these little plums, like little teeny, they look like cherry tomatoes, but they're really plums.
Oh, yes.
And
Nice.
Not sure what this is, but I'm gonna try it later.
What is it?
It's like a furry little. I think it's white.
It looks like I got you.
White on the inside.
You sure that the Brillo pad?
It's a rambutan. It's an
No,
Asian fig.
I think it's a lychee fruit.
I know.
It begins with the R.
No, I think it's a lychee. That's a rambutan.
Okay.
Looks
Thank
like
you.
a Brillo pad to me.
And my little baby bananas. And that's it.
All right.
All right. You good. You doing some shopping. You got it, but you know when you do it, you got to do like this, you know. You got to do the.
That's Vanna White.
Vanna White.
You gotta put the.
Okay, sure. You'll do this.
There you go. See.
Are you sure? Oh,
Good
man.
job, Cecilia.
All right,
Let's give
Cecilia.
Cecilia a hand
That's
over
what's
there.
up. All right,
Thank you
appreciate that.
for that moment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
All right, thank you.
Stephanie, right next to her. Stephanie, you have to.
Stephanie?
There you go.
Yes, I have like a testimony
All right, we like them.
in using the acupressure.
Mhm.
And so I'm not going to use any names. Don't want the person to be embarrassed anyway. So somebody came to me and said that they had pain in their leg and pain in their hip, and they were like limping, and they were like really in pain and couldn't understand where to like. So I asked, did you fall? Did you hit it? Did you bang it? Anything? No. So I said, give me your hand. So I'm pressing. And they were saying, he said, where you're pressing at is recognizing where the pain is. So where I was pressing was in the center of their hand. And so I said, I looked at the pressure chart and it said, where I was pressing was near the colon and intestine. So I said, okay, take some prunes and warm them, drink it, eat the prunes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they did. And lo and behold, they said, you know what? I think I was constipated.
Well,
there you go.
So it was over. After that, after they got cleansed out, pain was gone.
See?
Awesome. Let's give them a shout out, y'all. We love testimonies.
Wow.
See, that's
Everybody
what's up.
come
That's
off
what's
mute
up.
and give a shout out.
That's what's up.
Congratulations.
Well
done.
Yay.
So see everyone.
Introduce you to natural
how-
cooking.
All right.
See
Good
how the
job.
information is powerful.
Yes.
And just applying something simple like that, from the hand or feet, whatever, anything that you can apply, you just help that person get through that day. Oh, well, I know they were very proud and thanking you tremendously for that information. And, so keep that up. Good job. Excellent job.
She made him poop, Dr. Paul.
You made him poop. That's right. Get it moving.
That's right. That's what's up.
Awesome.
That's right. Better than X-Lax.
Well, springs like a white tornado. Hallelujah. All right, let me get a question from CJ, and then we'll come up to Barbara in the corner. CJ wants to know, how do you naturally cure cold sores and blisters?
Even or not, we have a lip chart. We have a lip chart. Guess what the fever blisters If you look at the lip chart, let me see if I can pull one real quick. I wonder if I can pull
Dr.
one.
P, you got a chart for everything.
Got a chart
This
for the
is
lips.
Chart for the lips. Good
Yeah,
move.
got a chart for the lips. That's my father. You mess around and he whip you from the lips to the hips.
Well, hallelujah.
All right, hold up. Let's see here. If I can find this, the very corners of your lip. Y'all watching? Very corners of your lip has everything to do. That's usually some level of the herpes virus.
Right.
In that. So what's happening is the corners of your mouth that represents, believe it or not, kidneys.
Wow.
Yeah, yes, your kidneys. So if I can find that chart, I'll pull it up for you. And it actually breaks down the lips, and how, the lips charts can actually break down where on your body. So fever blisters in the corner have everything to do with dehydration also. So you got to make sure you're hydrated. Okay. If I were to say any types of things that are good for viruses, period, any virus in the system at all, I would specifically go, and this includes things like any of the herpes virus, anything like gastrointestinal viruses, things like that. Not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. You would start with something like lysine, and that's an amino acid. Okay, lysine. Lysine.
Lysine.
Lysine. It's an amino acid. You know what that's like? Lysine works. It's a very interesting thing about lysine. It works where it's almost like putting a knife to a tire. It stops the replication of the virus. So it like takes the air out of it.
Lysine.
Can't regenerate, can't reproduce. And that's the whole point of a virus versus bacteria. A virus has the ability to reload, keeps reloading. That's why viruses spread so much faster than bacterial, because what happens is that when one infects another, it spreads out, boom, hits about 3 or 4 of them, and at the same time. So now this one has it, this one, it's like the branch tree effect. So you got to get to these viruses fast. That's why the COVID moves fast and all these other things that are moving. So what that lysine does, it stops the replication of that thing, shuts it down. Got it? Now, another one would be what's called thuja. Thuja. Okay, thuja, spelled Thuja. I'm still looking, y'all. I'm still looking.
Thuja.
Thuja is the evergreen. The evergreen that you see out in the park look like little Christmas trees. Some people use it to line their properties with. You'll see them all at the same height, same tree. Yep, that's what the deers eat. The deers eat this as a form of way of keeping themselves clean, but that'll keep you clean also. It's antiviral. Yep, antiviral. And that's why you can't, a lot of times you can get the Thuja teas. Okay, you can get the Thuja tea. And you can also get the Thuja drops. They come in forms of, I think it comes in forms of like the tinctures. Now, Wayne Avenue, I don't know if Pollock sells it, but I know Wayne Avenue sells it. He sells the actual leaves, the actual Thuja leaves. And they're excellent. Also another anti-parasitic at the same time also. So that's an excellent one. Got it? All righty. I was trying to find it, but I'm going to see if I can find it before we get out. I have it on a couple of charts. I'm just scrolling all through everything, trying to grab it. But yes, that is fever blisters. That's virus. So you got to wean that out. Now, topical, you can put things topical on that, like astringents, like black walnut is a good one on the corners with that. Aloe vera gel, of course, and things like sometimes tea tree can also help with that also. So there's many solutions to that problem. All right. Let me see here. Maybe it's on this one here. All right, I'm still looking, y'all. I'm still seeing if I can get my lip chart. All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right. That was it, Stephanie? Okay, Stephanie, that's you? Is that it? Is that it? Make sure you take your hand down if you're done. Well,
okay, yeah, she's on mute. Yep, I got her. Okay. Got it.
All right. Dr.
All right, what do we have?
Is something you can do to help with post-nasal drip?
Yeah. First, you get off the bad stuff. You know, your post-nasal drip is happening because you're purging. You're purging for something. Something's in them that has to go. That purge is very important. You got to purge this stuff out of the system. And mucus, number one, you got to go by the acid forming. Remember, mucus is not a bad thing. Everybody's giving mucus a bad rap. Mucus is very necessary. It is when it gets to an overflowing point where it's overbearing you that becomes a problem. But that means you can't get it out. So mucus is the transient system for removing waste out of your body. So whenever you see mucus, you got 3 levels of mucus. You got the white, the yellow, and the green. Got it? So that's levels of intensity that your body is raising to get rid of how strong the bacteria, the virus, or parasites, or whatever it is inside of you. So number one, you got to stay off the dairy. That's number one creator of mucus is the dairy. You know, so that means no slipping and dipping, y'all. You got to leave it alone. And that does mean cheese. Cheese counts. Got it? So cheese is hard because, you know, there is, I always say, Big B, if somebody come out with a cheese that's vegetarian, that tastes good, that person's going to be a gazillionaire. Because you got to find something that the cheese just doesn't taste well. And people have problems with the cheese. Oh, man, they have a real big problem with the cheese. So the mucus forming from that. Remember, the cow's milk is from the mammary glands of a cow for a calf. So it's acidic. It's automatically acidic. And that's just natural without adding the chemicals and all the other things that they add onto it. That's just mucus. That's just normal from the cow to the calf, because that's for a calf with 4 stomachs. You don't have 4 stomachs, you know. So, well, maybe some people do. But some people do.
Some people do.
You got it. So stay away from the acid forming foods. That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Barbara Lewis up in the corner. Barbara.
Greetings, family. I got a quick question, Dr. Paul. What is it when your veins in your arms look like men's veins, where they're like dilated, they're like wide or big? What causes that?
Well, you mean like lifting weights and stuff when they start?
Yeah, it looks like, you know, I'm lifting weights.
Well, that's just, yeah. Are you starting to see that when you're lifting weights?
No, I'm not lifting weights. That's the point. I'm not lifting weights, but I've noticed it periodically throughout the last couple of years, but I didn't pay much attention to it. But it seems like now it's so vigilant to my visual, I'm concerned about it.
Well, I mean, usually you're going to see some people's veins appear higher than others, and you'll see that. And I'm sure, Nitha, you can speak on that as a nurse. You know, when you were taking folks' blood and things like that, you know, what that happens, that's some people's veins. It's based on like muscles. The more muscle you create, the tighter and less fat you're going to see those usually rise up. So it depends on each individual. So have you been doing any working out? What you been doing?
No, I haven't. That's the thing. But I have lost weight, you know, in reference to my arms. My arms are much smaller than they were before. So could that be a contributing
Sure.
factor?
Absolutely. Could be a
Okay,
lot of
but-
different things. Yeah. So usually guys will start to see the line come in there the more they pump the weight because they're getting more muscle mass and getting rid of the fat. So if you've lost weight, then that's possible also. Yeah, you may have seen that. But I don't think there's no problem. I don't think there's a problem there. Yeah.
Oh,
You're
okay.
absolutely right, Dr. Paul. I mean, I think it's just the person's body makeup, and people
Yeah.
like us love to see people like her if we have to draw blood.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You.
Okay, thank you, family. Appreciate you
All
much.
right.
All
That's
right,
right.
thank you
That's
much.
right. No tapping on the arm on that one. That's right. I can see it right there.
All
Got
right.
it.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, Flo. Flo, when you there, Flo? You next.
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
Dr. Paul, sometime when I'm drinking water, when I go to swallow, it's really painful. And I mean, it brings me to tears. What causes that?
Say that again. When you're drinking water, it's
Yeah,
painful in your throat.
yeah. It's
Mm.
like it's trying to get down, but it's having difficulty.
Any swelling in the tonsils? Did you ever see if there's any swelling in the back of your tonsils?
No.
Can you feel
and-
anything under there that feels like it's swelling?
No, and the doctor did look at my throat. He did. I forgot what he called it, but he didn't see anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Because that's
I
the
mean,
first thing you would think, that if it was hard to swallow, usually that goes into things like infection in the tonsils. You know, there are tonsil stones now. You can get stones in the tonsils. I don't know if y'all know about that. Did you know that you can get stone like rocks, like in your? It's calcification from bacteria that builds up in there. And if you go back there, you'll see them actually
Wow.
building up.
Dr.
maybe
Paul,
I
does
better
she
go
have,
back
does she
to
have
that.
pain when she drink anything else?
Yeah. So what
Just water.
So what other things? And just trying to get an idea.
sometimes just even when I'm eating, it's just so painful. So maybe I better go back to the
Oh.
Yeah,
ENT
you can
doctor.
start
Maybe
to.
I better go back.
Yeah, you can start to use salt water gargles. Can help with that. The things like believe it or not, the Himalayan salt. Mm-hmm.
Well, I use Himalayan salt, but I mean I don't gargle or anything with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could gargle with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Dr.
can gargle.
Paul.
Also, if there's any things that can help to soothe the throat, there are some herbal cough drops that you can use. One is any cough drops that have the herb horehound.
Oh yeah, I had some horehounds.
Mm-hmm. Horehound cough drops. They really work very well. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I had a similar situation. Mine was more food. I couldn't get down. Doctor said I had a hiatus hernia.
Hiatal hernia. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Where I couldn't swallow my food and my water. That's why I asked anything else other than water, because she specifically said water. But if you're having trouble swallowing and it's painful, you may need to go check and see if you have a.
Yeah, hiatal. Yeah, hiatal is usually around the area of the upper GI right here, so not too much down in the throat area.
No,
I mean,
mine was up in my chest area.
Yeah, that's
it's right up in here.
Yeah, mine was up in there. I'm seeing rubbing.
Yeah, I think you need to get that checked out. See, anything dealing with around that area of the throat, you got to make sure you're very clear on that. Inflammation could be, don't ever rule out allergic reactions also. So you gotta look at bacteria, you gotta eliminate all the possibilities. So I would say check that out. Yeah, definitely go back and check that out.
Okay,
all right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, all right, Dr. Excuse me, CJ, that we were talking about before, or about the lips. All right, she said, when I drink water, I get phlegm that rises up to inside of my mouth. Could it be I'm getting not enough alkaline in my system?
Yeah, well, that's phlegm is the direct sign of acidosis. Remember, we talked about that. You said that's the sign of acid. So if you're starting to get that, definitely something's out of balance. So you're getting your body saying something, I got to get this out. So it's building that mucus. Mucus just doesn't form on its own unless there's a reason for it to move, to try to pull something out. So yep, that's a direct sign. So I would definitely immediately go to water, alkalizing water, get to water, increase your water intake immediately. That's what I would do. Now, other things that can use on direct contact with mucus would be the alfalfa or the chlorophyll. Liquid chlorophyll tends to work very good, very, very well. You can take like a cap full and just put it in a 16.9 bottle, regular bottle of water. And that helps tremendously also to get rid of mucus. Like it'll help to stir it up, to purge it out, to expectorant. That's an expectorant. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Sharice, up in the corner. Sharice.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I have a question, Dr. Paul. I had purchased this shortening because I wanted to fry some mushrooms. And it has organic palm fruit oil, organic unrefined virgin coconut oil, and organic unrefined red palm oil. Is that good?
Yeah, and remember the key is what? What's your key word there? Anything that's what? Unrefined.
Unrefined.
Unrefined is your key. Yeah, everything has to be unrefined. If it's unrefined, then you can break it down. Got it?
Yeah, I have another question too, because I'm still suffering from low iron, but my hemoglobin is actually normal, but my blood work is still trying to balance itself out. And what I'm noticing is I keep having like these certain episodes where I'm trying to pay attention. Maybe I gotta eat within a certain period of time. But the other day when I had went to work, I worked like 3 something in the morning and I was driving. And about probably almost 4 o'clock, my body just went numb. And I had to go to the hospital and I thought I was dehydrated, but I wasn't dehydrated. And all my blood work came back fine, besides the fact that I'm still, my blood work trying to balance itself out from being anemic.
Yeah.
Did you ever see anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Still is going back to your number one problem, assimilation. You're not assimilating. Got it? Until you can get that corrected, you're going to always have a way of not receiving the nutrients. That's like, you know what that's like? Let me give you an example.
Okay.
That's like, you turn your water on at the faucet and nothing comes out. And you sitting there going like, I know I paid my bill, but I can't get no water in my house. Got it? Your body's saying, I can't receive anything in the house because the outside blocked linings of the piping inside to get through to your house are blocked. You got it? So you're not assimilating. And only once you assimilate can you actually use the nutrients to now feed the body. So it's always going to show up as anemic, low blood count, issues with white blood cells, red blood cells, all of that. Everything is going to be always out of balance. So that's why I say you got to really focus on the assimilation. And, we get damaged villi, we get blocked villi, we get villi that's wiped out, where literally there's nothing there, then you have to regrow it. Sometimes people have been eating foods that, it's based on everyone's situation is different. I'm just paraphrasing here. That it could be from fermentation for so long. Some people never realized that I wasn't supposed to be drinking those distilled waters, or things like fermented foods, or some people were taking just probiotics when it was just destroying the gut. So now you got to regrow it. And that's what starts with things like You got to start to, take it slow. But things like papaya, things like things like the cabbage, the raw cabbage juice. You got to sort of just give the body a chance to rest for a little bit so they can repair the gut. More green drinks is what I would do, because that green drinks are a meal. So instead of you having to assimilate, you can assimilate those green drinks faster than anything. Got it? Until you can build that gut back so that you can start to do it the proper way. Got it? So I would start assimilating that way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Now, some people will do also IV therapy in that way. You ever heard of IV therapy?
I heard of it.
IV therapy is for those who have problems with assimilation. And it helps you get, while the gut is being regenerated, it puts the IV therapy directly into your veins. You got it? So that's what the whole concept of the IV therapy cocktails that people are taking. Like they'll give you like a non-ascorbic vitamin C or an alpha lipoic acid or a glutathione or something like that. And they'll put something together based on what you need. But right now, it's assimilation. You're not assimilating. Got it? So aloe vera gel, are you doing that still?
Yeah, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing all the herbs that you need to do.
Right. I would just try to, you maybe just stop. No, you're not eating meats. I know you said you don't eat meat, right? No chicken, turkey, and nothing like that, right?
I'm just doing the mushrooms and a bunch of green vegetables and kale and spinach and collard greens. And
you might want to pull off of those mushrooms. Okay. You might want to do that, because remember, mushroom is a fungus. Got it? So it is in the fungus family. So I would, in repairing the gut, I wouldn't want to be taking mushrooms. Got it? Not saying they're not good for you.
Right.
But right now, you need to get some rest in the gut right now to regenerate it. Let it regenerate itself. And it just needs rest right now. You got to have time to repair. And so watch your food choices, okay, at the same time.
Okay. And I do know some of my blood work, it was like 6 things on it. I'm not looking at my form right now, my list, but it was like 6 things at one point that was off. So now I'm down to 4. So 2 of my blood levels went back to normal. So now I'm struggling with 4 other things.
So you're heading in the right direction. You're heading in the right direction. That's the good thing. Remember what we say, 1% for the better. Remember, medical pharmaceutical industry considers 1% for the better is considered significant. Got it? You hear that, y'all? Y'all hear that? 1% in pharmaceutical and research. Whenever we were doing our research and our evidence base, 1% was considered significant pre and post evaluation. So that means if you're doing better than 1% than you did the last time they took your numbers, you're going in the right direction. It's happening a little slow, but that's okay. Doesn't mean, delayed doesn't mean denied. Sound like church up here. So you're doing all right. All right. You're going in the right direction. Keep up the good work. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
All right. Very good. Zipporah, you there?
Zipporah.
Mommy.
All right. What you got, girl?
Mute.
You muted yourself, Zipporah.
You mute.
There you go.
I have 2 questions. Number 1, what is it for the node on the skin, like on the front of your wrist, on the side of your wrist?
What is you mean the pressure point, you mean?
No, a node, N-O-D-E.
A node.
Yeah.
On the side of your wrist.
She has a lump. She has a lump. That's
I know. Let me see it. Show me what you mean.
All right. Can you see it?
Is that your hand? Whose hand is
That's
that?
a mom.
That's a mom's hand.
Okay, so where is that now? On the top part?
It's on the top part there.
Yeah. Yep. I said a lot of people get it right there on the wrist.
Mhm.
A lot of people get that right on the wrist. And believe it or not, you know what they used to do? They used to take a book and go, bam.
What?
That's what
can't
they
be
used to
right.
do, for real.
As the boy did
It's
that, my
actually,
mama punch her
don't
out.
do that, Doja Boy. You're going to get in trouble. You're going to be outside.
They
You know,
used to
and I'm
take
gonna
the
hold you,
Bible.
and I'm gonna hold you accountable for it too.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. It's just information. It's just information. So what's happening is you can just massage that for her. Okay, massage that and press down on that. You know, sometimes you'll get a little calcification in those areas that builds up, and that sort of gets into a knot right there. So that's really coming out of the lymphatic system. You got to start to massage that and press down on it as much as she can take it as far as pressure. Got it? And it
Right.
usually tends to go down. Now, we usually use some things like the Dr. Krista's black ointment. We use the neem oil. There's another one that we use. There's another arnica cream, you know, just to massage it down. That's what we're trying to do. Lavender oil, all those things can do well to bring that down.
I know.
Okay.
What about oregano oil?
No, I wouldn't mess with oregano oil. Not with that. No. These are skin. See what you're doing. The pressure that you're applying to that is what's helping that. Get that. See, sometimes you got to get in there and break up that calcification. I used to have this one guy used to get in there. That's where you get into the things like the myofascial. You know, we talk about the tendons that start to get hard like rocks. So you got to break that stuff up. You got to get in there and start to, you know, manipulate. You got to move it a little bit. It comes from lack of mobility and lack of movement. Got it? Lack of circulation, lack of movement. So you got to get that exercise back in there at the same time. All right.
All right. Now my second question: lack of movement and exercise. All right, I was taking the notes. All right. Now my second question is regarding, you know, the post nasal drip. What causes it, and what do you take for it?
Well, as I was saying, I don't know if that was your question. I did mention that already. I did mention that. I was saying that it's a lot of acid forming foods, something that is trying to come out. It's a toxicity trying to come out. Got it? So whatever you're doing, you got to watch your food choices. Watch the dairy. You know, watch the dairy is number one. Yeah, no, dairy's number one. Watch the pasta. Watch the cheese. Watch the dairy creamers that go into coffees. Those are hydrogenated. Some of y'all going like, oh, man. I see you, Lydia. I see you, Lydia.
Coconut and almond creamer is all natural.
So it can be all natural, but if it's still hydrogenated, it's not good for you. You got it? See, that's the one thing that catches a lot of folks. A lot of folks will say, well, you know, these crackers, which is my nighttime crackers, are non-GMO, they're paleo, they're, you know, everything. They're Hallie, every certification that you want, but it's still dehydrated. You got it? And if for somebody who has problems with dehydration, it's not good for you. It's just a better form of a dehydrated product. That's it. That's it.
All
So
right,
it's just not good for you.
Right.
So, okay.
She's
What was
showing
that?
you something up there.
All right,
Creamer.
Yeah, So Delicious dairy-free organic creamer, coconut milk, carrageenan.
I know. I hear you. I hear you.
You're saying that's
But
not good. I
remember,
didn't-
some people still have a problem with processing thick and creamy things. So if it's causing a problem, I would leave it alone. Just try without using it. You know, try using without it. You know, don't use that in there. Now, you know, this is coffee, right?
No, it's not coffee. It's just
I'm talking about. I know. I'm talking about
No.
you're using it in coffee.
No, this hot.
What are you using it in?
In hot water. You know, the good hot water. Boil it and then pour it in and drink it.
Oh.
You're drinking creamer?
Oh, what the
Come on.
Deborah, you're not drinking creamer, are you? No. No, you don't want to do that. That will cause acid buildup. Absolutely. That will really cause a lot of mucus issues. Don't do that. That was not designed for that. That was always used as an additive for things like coffee, even teas. Got it? Not for drinking straight like that. That may be too. That's definitely too concentrated for it. That's what's causing the problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm almost sure of that one.
She was probably thinking that she was using that as a form of milk as opposed to some of these.
See, read the instructions. Can you read the ingredients for me one more time? Could you read that for me?
It says organic coconut milk, filtered water, organic coconut cream, organic cane sugar, potassium citrate, sodium citrate, natural flavor, and gellan gum.
Yeah, the gum. There you go.
It's the gum.
There you go. It's the gum.
The first part was the milk.
It was all organic till you got to the gum.
Yeah.
Well, what about the filtered water? That
and
me.
it's what kind of water is it? So it's a lot. It's not as organic as it's portrayed to be.
Yeah.
So be careful of those. Whenever people are using that for like coffee and things like that. Yeah, and if you have mucus problem, that's your first instinct. I gotta leave this alone. Stop pulling. Anything that's the number one cause for acid buildup in the body. So just stay away from anything thick, pours cream that's creamy or pours slow. Remember, anything pours slow. Yeah.
And one other question, the final one, pours slow. All right, and creamy. All right. My question is that there are ingredients that's in the foods and it has like good and bad. So what do you do about that? You avoid it, or is there a way you
say that again now? One more time.
All right, there are ingredients in foods that have, the good, that are good and bad. Like you'll have like, the good vegetable, or have like the good ingredients, but then they'll get to the it's mixed with the bad, ingredient. I think you had talked one time.
You leave it alone.
Yeah, you don't mess with that one. Leave it alone. You can't mess with that. Absolutely. See, they'll do everything, and then it might be one thing.
Yes,
they just mess up. I've seen some incredible, great products, and then they'll get all the way to the end and say, "Canola oil."
I was gonna say that canola oil. That's it. Got to go.
Got to go. Oh man,
Zipporah,
oil come in there. Oil be coming in there. It's got all the good, organic this, organic that, organic this, and it said with maltodextrin.
Yeah.
Bioengineered.
Like,
you heard me use the term subliminal seduction. That's what that means. They got you with the word milk, and then you see the other stuff was just add on until you got to the real bad part down toward the bottom.
Yeah.
So you have to really always pay attention because they're really listen. All they want is your money. They don't really care anything about you.
Yeah,
let's just be honest.
These folks, and
sorcery.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey.
Yeah, it's a hustle.
Yes.
Now here's what's really happening, Zipporah. When they're coming up with these products, you remember they're mass producing this stuff, and they gotta cut corners because they, regular sugar costs a lot of money now.
Amen.
Things like that. So things that used to be plentiful in United States, and we were producers of all this stuff and farmland, we used to have it easy, but now as an import-export situation, we don't get as much in. We got to buy it from other countries like Ukraine and all these other countries, and it costs extra money. So they got to cut corners. How do we cut corners? Well, we give them this derivative of sugar. It's not really sugar, but guess what? It tastes the same. They won't know the difference, but yes, it will mess you up though. You got it? So these are the corners they cut, and this is what eventually causes liver, kidney, pancreatic issues, heart disease, diabetes, cancer, all these things, because the body says, I don't even know what that is. And if I don't know what it is, I can't break it down, then there's no way I can move with this. So it pushes it as waste, and it pushes in places like the lymphatic system, and then that backs up and now it becomes mucus. Got it? So,
all right, I've been reading the ingredients, and it's really hard because they have the good and the bad, so I gotta pass it on. I mean, it's already fine.
I know. It's like pick your poison. It's like pick your poison. It really is. It's bad. I understand. All right. Thank you, Zipporah. Appreciate you.
All right. All right, Nita.
Hi. Listen, I just have a comment basically because Prophetess made me think about that when you were talking about when the young lady was talking about the swallowing of water, and Prophetess was talking about she was told she had a hiatal hernia. Dr. Paul, I don't know if you're aware, but a lot of people who have problems with the acid reflux and the doctors put them on medication, a lot of them have hiatal hernias. And if you go to the right chiropractor, and probably Dr. Lenny would probably know about this, you can have a hiatal hernia adjustment, and it will get rid of that. And I know from experience, because I've seen it. And it's surgery, and they put you on medication, and all you need to do is go to a good chiropractor.
Yes, absolutely. That is absolutely a good move for acid reflux. Right in the, remember we say everything comes from that back. I'm telling you, it feeds everything in your body. So when anything ain't working, you better make sure you don't have a structural issue first. That's absolutely correct. And that's for also, Nitha, the boys and men who have lower height, they have inguinal hernias. A lot of it comes from lower back problems. A lot of men are having a lot of issues because it's down in, I'll pull up the sublation chart. It specifically deals with the rings that go down around the area in the inguinal. So absolutely, absolutely spot on. Thank you so much for that. Because Jeff, you can get a correction with that. And Dr. Lenny, he does do that. I'm sure he does. I don't think he's on tonight, but
I haven't seen him, so
I haven't seen him on yet.
No.
But
How
definitely.
do you spell hiatus hernia? How do you spell it?
Hiatal.
Yes.
H-I-A-T-A-L. A-L.
Dr. Paul, there's a question in the chat box from a Zoom user. I don't know if this is if she was the one who was asking about it. Anyway, it says Zoom user, and it was saying my relative has hernias, hiatal.
Yes.
I mean, umbilical.
Yeah.
And inguinal, heavy work and meat eater in the past. What can be done?
Yeah.
Talking about the hernias.
Yeah. Remember, it depends on which one they have. You know, the inguinal, of course, we know that that's the rings. For men, was this for a woman or a man?
She doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
She doesn't say.
Okay.
And it looks like they have all three of them.
Yeah. So that's bad eating. That's bad eating. A lot of bad eating, heavy foods. It deals with so many things. See, we have a formula. There is a formula that we use, herbal, and it's called Hawthornia. I think I mentioned that before to the family one time before. And this is an astringent that actually draws in. But there's so many things that have to be recognized before you do anything. It has to be properly recognized. So yes, they have to determine what kind they have. And then when they do that, I would definitely check that spine also. And third, they got to change their diet. Okay, you got to change your diet. Yeah, too much acid forming foods, too much, a lot of acid. Got it. All right. You got it? Did you hear me there? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, hold up.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You said
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
All
no,
right,
you got it.
Cinnamon. Cinnamon, you there? While Cinnamon's coming up, we got Octavia wanted to know.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, hold on one second. This just says lotion recommendations. Please, Octavia, what kind of lotion are you talking about? You still there? Octavia?
I'm here. I'm here.
What does that mean? A lotion recommendation?
Lotion for your skin, like a good moisturizer for your skin.
Sure, you got a lot of different ones. Remember, I start with all of the, the ones that are good moisturizers. And that would be like, of course, the aloe vera gel. As we go over this, these are some of the same ones we've been talking about. You got the vitamin A, the vitamin E, sea buckthorn. Okay, these are all part of our rotation. Okay, you can even get into the shea butters and things like that also. Those are all good moisturizers. Okay, so there's tons of them. Hemp oils are good also. it's just so many. There's too many to even just try to bring into one focus. It's all based on which one. What are you using it for? What are you trying? Is this for protection?
Oh, no, just old age, trying to keep my skin together.
I would do I would do the sea buckthorn. Sea buckthorn.
That a lotion?
You can buy it in an oil. That's an oil. Sea buckthorn oil. Yeah. That's the one that actually, you remember, it's the 3, 6, 7, and 9 on the omegas. So it regenerates the skin.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Dr. Paul, can I just interject a minute? This is Nitha. With the lotions, because I treat skin, I recommend to my clients nothing with alcohol in it. Please.
Yes. Yes.
Look at the ingredients. The ingredients are listed according to the percentage. And if it's water first, it's nothing but water.
Yeah.
And the sea buckthorn, I take it internally because I add it to your green drink. Plus, I use it as a moisturizer on my skin, and my skin is beautiful.
There you go. There you go.
I can't stand you.
Yeah.
I am a
absolutely. And Nitha, you're absolutely correct. That's why I always say, when you're doing the brands, I go to the oils because the oils are moisturizing, they're natural, they absorb to the skin better, and they treat like a food to your skin, as opposed to getting chemical properties that could be from other things that they're mixing in. Absolutely, alcohol will dry you out.
Yes.
Right? It will dry your skin out. That's what it does. It dries the skin. Yeah.
I'm an avid reader of ingredients, and that's why I asked that question, because I just won't buy anything that has a lot of junk in it. Like,
there you go. There you go. And isn't it interesting that all you got to do is just do the basics. You ain't got to do all this stuff.
That's exactly right. It's the little things that count, guys.
Yes.
It's the little things. All right, Cinnamon.
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, can.
Okay, perfect. I actually use a shea butter too. How you feel about the butters, like the shea butter?
Yeah, I just mentioned the shea butter. The only time, the cocoa butter, shea butter, things like that are good. Just don't use shea butter on cuts.
I remember you said that. Yeah, for healing. Yep.
Yeah, don't use it on cuts because it accelerates the growth, can cause keloids.
Okay.
So be careful.
Okay.
It actually sometimes. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just going to say sometimes you'll see on the shea butter it'll give you that disclaimer. It says do not put this on cuts or open wounds. It'll tell you that. Yep. So
that's a good. Okay, I just had a quick question, Dr. Paul. I actually have to get an MRI with contrast. This is my first time ever having to get it. So I looked it up, and I know it's when you get a dye and they put it in your veins. So I was just curious. I was thinking, if I get this done, what can I do to quickly get that dye out? So I was just curious, would you recommend, like, as soon after I do that, if I drink like a red onion tea and maybe like a dandelion tea to kind of just like flush it out?
Yeah, you just got to do liver cleanses. That's correct. But I would, if anything that I would use, remember this is what they're putting in you is a contrast that's it's magnetic almost. So what's happening is they're trying to see better what's going on inside of you. So that what they call a gadolinium is based. See, there's people that are actually suing. They got they have lawsuits of people who are damaged by that stuff.
Wow.
So there's a lot. This big. If you just punch in gadolinium base, injuries, some people are having problems with that. Because they've had so many MRIs that this stuff gets in and crosses what's called the blood-brain barrier. Got it? So some people, and I'm taking in consideration that this is probably somebody who's had a lot of MRIs done.
Okay.
But I think that, again, things like this dye can be something that can, when we're pulling it out of the system, we use things that chelate. So glutathione comes to mind. Got it?
Okay.
Glutathione. These are things that help to bind to these things to pull it out of you, but also sea vegetables. So any of the sea vegetables that have either medium chain or long chain triglycerides will help, like a dragnet, to pull this out of you. Raises glutathione, kelp, chlorella. These things move this stuff out. Alpha lipoic acid. Got it? So these are the things that help to bind to that stuff and pull it out. And also any of the liver cleanses. So that's the burdock root, all the different ones. So you got a lot of good choices here, but you got to clean the system. Yeah, clean the organs.
So in your opinion, like, because you know how a lot of times they use MRI as like preventive or just to see what's going on. So, I mean, sometimes you have to get it done. You're just saying try not to like overdo it. Like, because I know sometimes
I'm gonna give you an understanding that sometimes you have to learn some things. If it's necessary and it has to be done, you got to find out what's going on. This is where we split the fence here. See, I'm not totally against all the procedures and testing, because sometimes some of the testing helps us make a better decision on what herbs you need to get. You got it? So you got to take it in perspective. Just do all your science and understanding of what you're doing with or without contrast, things like that. What is the possibility that they can tell what's going on you without contrast?
Okay.
Got it? So those are the things first, see what, get it without contrast and say, hey, what's going on? I mean, if there's been long-term issues with, I take it that this is something dealing with looking at arteries and veins and things going on with you. Is that what's correct?
Yeah, so I guess like my doctor, I guess, is a little more aggressive because my mom had breast cancer. So I see a breast specialist. So I guess she's trying to be like
proactive.
proactive.
Yeah, she's very proactive. But remember, and I get it. I really do understand that. Yes, we do get handed down stuff from our family members, and that some things seem to trend in families like that. But really, when we really look at the real data, the only thing that's the same is what everybody's eating at the table. Got it? So I tell people all the time, just because your family has it or something rolling in your family doesn't mean you're going to have it necessarily. Yeah, you've been handed down some stuff in your DNA, but guess what? You got RNA that you can rewrite the thing and get it right. So that's why it takes an understanding that just don't eat those certain things that, that cause those problems. You got it?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Cinnamon. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right. Big B, what we got on the chat there? Let's see what we got on the chat.
Okay, one just says iPad. What can you take for arthritis of the knee?
Everything alkaline. Everything alkaline. Anything alkaline. Alkaline. Yes, water. Stay away from the acid foods, y'all. It's over and over, y'all. It's the same thing over and over. The body is attempting to heal itself. It's going to go for only place I can get it. It's a 5-alarm fire going on in here. So where I got to get some alkaline from somewhere. If you're not giving it to me with the food you're eating, I got to take it from you. I'm going to take it from that hip. I'm going to take it from them knees. I'm going to take it from them joints. Our problem tends to be we don't know what's acid and what's alkaline. That's usually what problem may be causing a lot of folks. So acid alkaline food chart, go to my website, download it, stay away from the bad stuff. Got it?
I have a quick question. Well, I don't know how quick it's, but
all right.
Dr. Paul, how are you?
How are you? What's your name?
This is Pam. My name is Pam.
Okay,
hey, Pam.
I usually always call, but I'm always on the phone. I have been, for some time now, I've been having issues with cell phone, whether it's 4G or 5G. I did upgrade, but I was having the same problem. I am a medicine patient, and I've been taking medications. However, and some of them do affect the nerves and things. But what I'm finding is when I use my phone, now I don't use it like for hours and hours at a time. I don't have Facebook and all of that. But I find out when I'm using the phone, my fingers start tingling. If I really bad, like I sometimes I didn't think it was the phone, so I continue to use it. When I put that phone down and I use this, the hand, like there's a little, I squeeze it and it kind of goes away, and I don't feel it anymore. But again, when I pick up that phone, it starts all over again. Now, it usually doesn't happen till night. It does happen usually after I take my meds. But I'm trying to figure out, the doctors don't even know what is causing. Is it the radiation? Is it, I don't know. It's
well, you said an interesting thing. You said, did I hear you correctly? You said it happens after your medication?
I usually take my medications, and it usually happens not normally during the day. So say I take it at 4, and then usually at maybe 6, 7, maybe 7 or 8. If I'm using the phone, that's when it typically starts burning. Now I use the phone throughout the day and don't really feel anything. But again, yes, at night it just, sometimes I just have to put it down. I start using what's the little pen that you use also, so I don't touch it. But it's really weird. I don't know what it is.
Do you have a grounding stone?
Grounding stone? Oh, yes, the little black. Yeah. You know what? I had a couple of them, and I kind of got away from it. And now that you brought it, I have one sitting right here. It's on my dresser, but it's usually not with me.
You want to get into the grounding stones. The grounding stones there's a lot of them out there. The tourmaline is one. Okay. Tourmaline is one. Labradorite. Labrador, like a Labrador dog.
Right.
Ain't calling you, didn't you? Be quiet. Labradorite. Things like shungite. Okay, these are grounding stones. Now, I would suggest that you can even get the wrist shungite. See, like this goes around your wrist like this. Got it?
Okay, the little black one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And grounding stones tend to work. They tend to work. I keep a lot of them around me. Like here, there's a citrulline right here. See right there? This sits by my computer. Anybody electronic devices, I'm grounded. You're not going. And where you would keep these things on you. So you could keep one in your pocket or in your pocketbook or somewhere with you or on you. There's jewelry that you can get. There's bracelets. There's pendants.
Now, is there a good place to get them, or you know what I'm saying? Because I think I actually got this small one on Amazon, but you can't always tell if they're real or.
Yeah, we try to.
From that store, the herbal store.
Yeah, I always tell. I have a person I deal with because I know where the stones are coming from. That's Ross Ben.
Right. Ross,
and I only say that because whenever you're having stones, you want to make sure you don't have what's called conflict stones. Okay, conflict stones. I don't know if y'all know about conflict stones, but conflict stones are stones that have been gathered under distress. Got it? When they're gathered under distress. See these things right here, like this one right here. This is one right here. This is a form of this is called Auralite 23 right here. See this right here? It's called Auralite.
I'm actually
Auralite. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Wow, it's not even
right there.
Auralite 23. It's amethyst, but it's a red cap amethyst. And this is excellent for what I keep on me. I keep this in my hand, when I'm like, talking maybe on the phone or something like that. It's grabbing my energy at the same time. But this stone right here is excellent stone for grounding. Got it? Grounding. Things like that, you would just hold on to it and keep it in your hand. You got it? I would say, just understand that medication can throw the pH off. Got it? So that's why I was asking you about the pH, about your medicine. And that can be causing a problem. And then if you're already in a state of acid from the medication, when you get hit with the rays of the phone, which is that's the positive ions, That's making you more acidic. Got it.
Oh.
Got it. Did you think about that one?
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
So really, the
Yes.
phone makes the body acidic. They know that these studies are done in places like Europe, where the body, when you take these phones, and you hold them up to the body, it turns your body acidic. That's it. So if you took medication, and I'm just, pontificating.
Right.
And that if you were, taking a medication and then picked up the phone, that means you're going down. So be careful of that. Get you a good grounding stone. There's a lot of them out there. As I said, there's tons of them. Labradorite. There's also called shungite. There's one called Amazonite. That's another one. Amazonite, like Amazon.
Amazon.
Like Amazonite. That's a beautiful stone, by the way. It's like a turquoise kind of looking color. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of them. Yeah. So I would say, you know what it is? What's really good when you go to someone who has stones like Ross Ben, you know what he's going to tell you when you go into, he's going to lay out some stones to you and you're going to say, well, what's the best one? He say, just go reach for one. Go reach for one.
Yep.
And whatever draws your energy, you pick it up. That's the stone for you right there. That's what it is. That's the way he makes you pick it up.
That's an easy way.
That's the easy way because your energy draws you to something that's going to be
And
there.
where is he?
He's right in Germantown.
Oh.
Yeah, and
If anyone has his information, please post it in the chat for me.
Yeah, and also, we got to send prayers out to Ross Ben. He lost his grandson, about a few weeks back. So let's keep our prayers up for Ross Ben. He unfortunately lost his grandson, his son's firstborn. So he's going through something right now. So we're going to keep him up in prayer. All right, family.
What's his first name?
Ross, RASBEN. Okay. Do you have his number, by the way? Does everyone have his number?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay, let me give you his number. Ross Ben, be a blessing, y'all. Buy some stones from him. This is a good time. This would be a good time to purchase something to bless the brother. 267-353-2002. All right. Yeah, let's support the brother.
Make sure you put that info in the chat, guys. So that when I send out the chat, it'll all be there and you can bless a friend.
Yeah,
already in the chat.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Be a blessing to him. Yeah. And
thank you so much.
All right, family. Good stuff. Y'all got some good questions tonight, boy. That's a good one.
Trying to keep you on your stick, man. All right, Mike is up there next. Here we go, Mike. Go ahead, buddy.
What's up, Dr. Paul?
What's up, Mike?
What's going on, man? I got like a two-part question for you. I'm suffering from very low energy over the course of the day and swollen ankles. I ordered some CoQ10 and PQQ. It should be here tomorrow. Would that help with my energy levels and to help help the flow of blood to my heart or from my heart?
Oh, absolutely. That's going to do very well. CoQ10 and also PQQ, all good. Ankles though, that's talking sounds like can't be sure. Of course, we have to really check you into. I have to ask you more questions, but kidneys come to mind. Watch the processing of the kidneys. Got it. Things like celery juice. You want to start to get more of that into the system. Those are things that help to start to regenerate, to dilate. Okay. Start to dilate. So dilation also is beets. Also dandelion root is good for the legs, for swelling in the ankles.
Okay, what about the tea? I have the tea and I drink the tea.
Tea is okay. Tea's okay. Tea's good. But I would go through capsules, which is a controlled dosage now. As it goes, when you're really doing this and you want to be effective, you don't want to be subjective, you want to be objective.
Got you.
Got it.
And how much of the CoQ10, like what dosage should I get? How much of it?
I can only speak in general. Everyone is different, but usually you can start with something like whatever's recommended on the bottle, usually about a 300 milligram.
Okay.
I try to stay at least a 300 milligram or more, because usually CoQ10 takes a lot to get into the system. It's found in all foods. And this is a coenzyme that's found in the heart and in your brain. So what's happening is this is something that you really need to get a lot of to keep the rhythm of the heart, to keep it pumping, to keep it moving. So 300 milligrams. Yep. About 300, 3 times a day, usually 3 times a day. You're trying to get as high to 1,000 as you possibly can.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Appreciate that.
All right, my friend.
All right.
Yep.
All right, Mike.
Very good with Tara up there, and then we're almost up against the wall.
Okay. Hi, Dr. Paul.
Hey.
Hey. So
how you doing, Tara? What's going on? Look at her picture. Her picture looks just like what you said. Hi. Her picture look just like, hey.
Hey. Dr. Paul, I just had a birthday.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. Well, that's the upside. The downside is I'm starting to get hot flashes, I think.
Okay.
Well,
so
the rhythm of life.
Well,
I'm like, what in the world?
What?
Command your body to go through gracefully.
What?
Command your body to go through gracefully.
Yes. No. No. What the command was? Command your body.
Command your body to line
control.
up with the word of God. That's right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. All of a sudden I'm like, what? I'm getting hot, but it's coming from the inside. What the heck is going on? Dr. Paul, can you break down what's going on? And
okay. Now keep in mind, whenever this is happening, I gotta be careful here. What's happening is that your body's no longer making estrogen, right? And as the estrogen producing one of those hormones, it has to sort of balance now. How do I adjust to not making as much estrogen? We're not making kids no more, right? So we're going to be moving down. So we got, we got to adjust the body to these hormonal changes. So we do that by cleansing the liver. There's a few that we use, traditionally was used, that can balance out hormones for cycles and rhythms when women are going through changes. One is black cohosh. Yeah, black cohosh. Got it? Any of the thistles. So the thistles would be blessed thistle, milk thistle, or holy thistle. Got it? Other ones would be Don Quay. Okay, Don Quay, or it will be called also, it may have another name called Angelica root.
Angelica root, okay.
Those are the ones, and you don't need all of them. Just one.
Okay, just one.
Just one. So you gonna wrap them all up. Here one, there one.
Exactly.
No, you gotta take all of them. Just one and work with that. Also add red raspberry to everything.
Yeah. So
red raspberry.
Red raspberry in addition to this?
I would take one of those herbs I just mentioned and add red raspberry to it. See, red raspberry is the woman's herb. It's the balancer of all balancers. That's why it's always recommended for women when they're pregnant, things like that, no morning sickness, things like that, because it helps to deliver the herbs properly and balanced to you. It is a herb for the woman. That is it. That when God created that was for the woman. And so many benefits of that help you to keep things in balance safely. Stay off heavy meats, though. Watch the meats. When cycles and rhythms where you normally would have been cycling, try to eliminate meats 2 to 3 days before that cycle and 2 to 3 days after that cycle. Do not mess with no meat in that time frame. Because that's where the hormones from meats and things are firing off. This is what a lot of women don't recognize, but everybody still cycles. Got it? Everybody cycles. Even if you don't physically cycle, you still cycle. And that means even men, we all cycle. Cyclical wheel, we all stay in rhythm. So what's happening is when women are going through these stages and cycles, watch the meat. So if you're eating meat, a lot of people are eating meat, and the meat from the chicken and everything they put in there fires off, and you already firing off. Oh man, we got a hot mess going on. Okay. You got me? We got a mess going on. Hormones are flying everywhere. That's why we got to stay off because remember, every time you eat meat, or even if it's chicken or turkey and things like that, it's going to cause the liver to work more. That means you got to fire off more enzymes, digestible enzymes to break that meat down. So that means it's packed with also hormones that they feed the chicken and they feed the beef and all of the things that they're doing. And we never take that in consideration. Got it? So no meats or anything 2 to 3 days before your cycle would usually fire off, and 2 to 3 days after. So it's about a week's time frame. You got to lay off the meats for a little bit. And after that, usually you start to see easier cycles and rhythms.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Now I was going to ask one other question in terms of the length of time. I know it varies by women, so it is what it is, right? It's just until
lymphatonic. Yeah, the lymphotonic formula is for the detoxing, and that's all good because that's exactly what we're talking about. We're cleansing the system. The lymphatic system is the secondary circulatory system, moving the stuff out of the body at the same time. But it's also detoxing bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, and things. So yes, it is all part of that. But you got to add those hormonal herbs, those women hormonal herbs, and they can really balance things out for you.
Okay. One final question. One of my friends, she said she had that varicose. Is that where you like feel like everything's spinning?
Vertigo.
Mm-hmm. And did you mention that that could be from irritable bowel syndrome? Is that?
Vertigo can come from other things. It could be a lot of things. I always tell folks, check with your spinal misalignment. Make sure that you're not out of alignment. Usually anytime the cervical spine, C1, C2, somewhere around there, cause whooshing, vertigo, make sure there's no structural issues first. Okay. If there's no structural issues, then you got to look at your diet. What are you eating? Got it. You got to watch what you're eating, and usually malnutrition issues like that sometimes cause a problem. And also, the last thing would be dehydration. Dehydration. Yep, dehydration. Yeah, you're just dehydrated. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
John, you got it. All right, John. We were at Flo. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just wanted to ask Dr. Paul, because that celery juice is not too good tasting. Can you mix
to flow to clean flow?
Flo says she ain't trying to hear that. Flo said I ain't trying to hear it.
Can I do that with my green drink?
Sure, absolutely. You can also add this is the time that I say, we always say don't mix fruits and vegetables together, but it's okay to add an apple sometimes if you have to, or like a pear. Or something like that. If you got to help your delivery system, it will help you. Because some people don't like it. I like it. You may need to add a little bit more water to it. That may help you. Because it may be too thick for you. You don't like it. She's not a she's not a celery person. No, she's not a celery person.
I'll eat celery, but I just that drink. It's hard to get down.
Top it up and drop the celery in your drink. That's what I do.
Yep. Yeah. Put it in your green drink.
All right.
It ain't too good. It ain't too good.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Dr. Paul.
Yep.
Yes. My question for you is I was recently diagnosed with AFib, atrial fibrillation. So is there anything that you would recommend that would help with that with AFib?
Absolutely. Number one, I would look to make sure no structural issues, just like I was just saying there. Make sure any fib issues, usually, and you can talk to Dr. Lenny about this if he's on, we're looking at the area somewhere around the T2, T5. Any back issues that you know of?
No, not that I know of.
Not that you know of. Right, right. So that's why I would check that first. That would be my first thing to make sure there's no structural issues. Once you've eliminated structural issues, then we got to look at food choices, dehydration, things like that. We got to look at your diet, things like that. That's where the assessment comes in. The assessment, we have to see that everything is properly in balance. But I would start with a good chiropractor first. That's what I would start with. What did your blood pressure normally run around?
It's normally, it's not high. So I believe it's at like 130, 140 over 90.
Okay. And what about any flutters, palpitations?
Yes, it flutters from time to time. Yes.
Yeah. See, those are some of the things that we see with that misalignment with the T2 and the T5. So I would do that first. Okay. And if you can get a good chiropractor that deals with myofascial, release, that would be even better. It's called myofascial.
Tell that, Dr. Paul, please.
MYOFACIAL.
MAC.
MYO.
Fascial.
FACIAL. It's all one word. All one word. Yeah.
Okay.
How do you get that tested?
Okay. And that's what you would use to release trigger. They have at least certain areas that are going to release the muscles. It's trigger points that actually go down the area to help you release. See what happens sometimes your back muscles are so tight sometimes that it can pull those spine out of place sometimes. You gotta get that release from the back. But I would say start there first and then move forward. I have the RM3A is what we test, and that's one of the main things that we test for. And it gives us a ballpark for where things are out of alignment. So usually T2, T5, that's right where the AFibs are, right around that area.
Okay. So can you tell me I live in North Carolina, I'm sorry. So do you know where you can possibly get that testing done down here?
I don't have, I can maybe look into that, but if you just Google RM3A.
Okay.
But see, when they do it, they're doing it from the allopathic perspective.
Right.
I take it from the naturopathic perspective. See, when they allopath doctors use it, some of it's been sitting on their desk forever and they never use the machine at all, believe it or not, because it's only going to end up giving them more medication. It doesn't have any means to an end. But for me, this is like, wow, I can see exactly what's going on, and this is what we recommend. Got it? Okay. So I would say, and that's Sister Brett Duffield, right?
Yeah,
I don't know why Preston is hiding. There he is.
That boy. He's sneaking in the corner over there.
I've been on for a while. So
yeah, so we want to know when you're going to be coming down.
Oh, well, I'm ready to go right now.
I told y'all to make it happen. We coming.
Oh, man.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Look, North Carolina, here we come.
Yeah, we go back like the Beatles, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Look out, y'all.
The Beatles and steel skates.
Yeah.
All right. So definitely, let's talk about that. I would love to come down to North Carolina. We got a lot of family down there.
A lot of family.
We got a lot of family down in North Carolina. It would be a great. Oh man, that would be a great retreat right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we look forward. Hey,
we already got it planned out.
Get on down there. Ken
we talk definitely.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm looking forward, family. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Guys. We got 3 guys. We got 3 left.
3 minutes left. That's right.
Yes. Haraya, Yvette, and Decoya. Haraya, you real quick.
Haraya, what's up?
Unmute. There we go.
I am. Yeah, Dr. Paul. Real quick. First of all, I went to my high school reunion Saturday, and everybody was just rapping and raving at how beautiful I looked, how smooth my skin was.
Well, you go ahead now.
Let's get on.
Everybody need to come off
hallelujah.
I've been taking this green drink from July the 11th, but I mean, I'm sorry to say, all the white folks is all wrinkled up.
Let's pray. Let's pray. Let's pray.
You're wrong. You're wrong, right?
Now it's time to pray. See.
Wait wait a minute. I got this goiter in my neck. You know, this enlarged thyroid. They did a biopsy on it. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, they did a biopsy on it some years back. It wasn't cancerous, but it has been here every bit of 10 years, you know. And I just want to know, like, if there are places on my hands I can massage, or what would you suggest? You know, I had started taking kelp and I was taking sea moss, but now that I'm doing the green drink and I see sea moss is in there, I don't take sea moss anymore. And I don't want to take too much kelp.
Yeah, I would think, you know, again, that's blocked up in that area. It's blocked. So what happens when it gets blocked in those areas? Massage, you doing a lymphatic massage. Have you had one done?
No.
Yeah, look into lymphatic massage or masseuse. Got it? Lymphatic masseuse. Someone that can give you a nice massage in that area. See, what happens is you have to start to now just massage this area yourself. We call it pumping. It's called pumping, where you actually pump those areas. And remember, lymph is at the surface of the skin, so it's not a deep massage. Got it? It's just like this, and breathe. Like that. Everybody do like that. And then when you move it down as you work your way up. Can you see me? You're working up and you come around the eyes. That's how you pull, ladies. That's how you pull the bags from under the eyes. If you got some, get rid of them. That's right. Pull them down like that. And you go to the top of the head and you're pulling them down like this.
Yeah.
Got it? And then you massage the scalp and then you pull it down by the neck. All of it goes out here.
Okay.
That node, it's a cervical node, is what recirculates. It recycles and recirculates. And then eventually when this comes out of the system, remember, lymph system doesn't have a pump. Got it? Not like the heart, which has arteries and pumps arteries and veins. The lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. So you got it. It only moves when you move. So things like the rebounder, stretching, deep breathing, some kind of exercise in that area of the neck, back and forth, things like that, moving down. All these things work. Got it? Things like that. I would say go to YouTube and punch in lymphatic masseuse. And they'll show you how to do that. But if you can do that twice a day, you should start seeing some improvements.
Fantastic.
All right.
Very good. All right, Dakoya, you're up next. You're the last one up before Prophet pops us off of here.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it. It's 9:01.
You got it right.
I only have a quick comment about the green drink. And I just want to be sure I have so much energy with that green drink.
All right.
I'm just worried if you guys stop making it, what's gonna happen?
No plans on stop making it. You know, it's coming through, y'all. I mean, and I'll tell you that, you know, the whole process of that is based off the concept of land and sea. I only get the best stuff from the place where you can get it, which is down by the equator. You know, energy by the sun means everything. And that's why I don't get nothing from up here. Nothing at all. Everything is down by the equator. I get stuff that's in the green drink is in Costa Rica. I got some stuff from South Africa in there. I got stuff from, you know, parts of, you know, the Peru. I got stuff from all over the world, and that stuff does work. So thank you so much. I appreciate that.
It does. Yeah. I hired a landscaper. I had to cancel him because I had already dug up my own.
Go ahead. Big B, you hear that?
I heard that.
He showed up and she said, it's already done. I'm sorry, go home.
Wow.
Awesome.
It's
See what happens
amazing.
when you get real energy, the body changes.
Yeah.
Now, I want to also address some of the questions. Some people will call me up in one time and they'll say, well, Doc, sometimes I'm stirring it and I see these little particulates in there and it looks like it didn't break down or not. And it kind of, sometimes I'll see a lump or something going in there. And then I'll tell them, that is like getting a prize in the Cracker Jacks.
Well, I know that's right.
It is a natural green balance. So that's proof positive that it is raw. Everything I get is raw. So sometimes you'll get a chunk of something that's packed energy that's in there. Usually that's the dulse from that dulse, purple dulse seaweed, or sometimes you'll get the beets in there because when that thing is breaking it down, sometimes it's so strong it binds together a little bit. So that's okay. It's okay. It's all raw. And who's the greatest refiners? We are.
We are.
We are also the greatest converters. So when we take raw stuff like that, we can convert it into pure energy. That's why it's so good. Yep. So keep that in mind. Thank you, Decolia. Appreciate your testimony.
Okay,
right.
there we go. There we go. Dr.
You
Paul,
were going to cover the monkeypox before you left.
Yeah, I just had one thing to say about the monkeypox. And remember, anything of pox that are coming out of the skin is a direct sign of the body getting rid of something. Got it? So what's happening? We have people that are now pushing these poisons out of their body. Got it? So a lot of what they're doing, we go back to putting things topical to draw out. So if you experience something or you know someone that has been exposed to monkeypox, what you can do, remember we said we gave out some of the viral things, right? What were the viral things we said today? Thuja. We said what else? We said what? Lysine. Y'all going back your notes? Y'all got notes? Are y'all taking notes?
They're taking notes. That's what it is. They're taking notes.
I better be taking y'all notes, man. So that along with things like the golden seal, black walnut, neem, tea tree oil combination, make a paste out of that, put it on there, and that will draw. And it'll pull that out of you. Got it? So that's what we try to do. But yes, that is a direct sign of something coming out of the system.
Yes.
Got it? Now, there is some chatter out there that, I can't confirm or deny, but they're saying that this is the post effects from those that had the jab. Okay, so that's what's coming out.
Really?
Yep. And there's actually something coming out. And that's why, that's the chatter. So what is it? That means that, well, no matter what it is, you start to what? You start to detox. You start to do the things that you have to do. We say stay in system, stay in rhythm. Don't worry about whatever the world is going. You stay on point and keep cleansing your body. Cleanse every change of season. Feed the body and the body corrects itself 11 times faster.
That's right. Does having a bitter cup help a lot?
Oh, absolutely. All bitters of all kind will help. Yep, all bitters.
All right, guys. Hey, guys, we are out of time.
We are out of time, and Providence is about to shut the door. And she didn't already shut the door.
And by the way, Dr. Lenny was on for a good while tonight too. So
okay, good.
And great. And listen, guys, great information on the chat tonight. I was looking up that stuff everywhere. So making sure. Here we go. You want to make sure you get access to all this stuff. Send an email to me, Bill Morgan, at meccavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's meccavideo@gmail.com. Let me get this in while I'm here, Dr. Fu. Hey, guys, do this to continue to support the family trio, guys. Send that, all right? Send that, use Dr. Paul's Cash App, all right? And that's what? $ Dr. Paul Hop. That's $ Dr. Paul Hop. If you use the bank, okay, that's through Zelle. You want to use what? Dr. Paul at drpaulherb.com. Or you can send it to our P.O. Box in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Send it to Bill Morgan, okay? That's P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Keep the family healthy, guys. That's what we're here for. Yes.
All right. Thank you, family. Put your hands together. Let's get Big B ahead over there. Come on. Thank you, Big B.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks to everybody. Yes.
Y'all had some great tonight.
Great class tonight, Dr. Paul.
Remember, there's nothing. We don't charge anything but just to tell the truth. Got it? You got to go tell somebody.
That's right. That's
all it is. All right. So God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing,
you got a shot. That's right. Hey.
Hey, Carol. What's up, Carol?
Carol. All right, Cheryl Johnson, prophetess, the fastest fingers on the earth. Ha 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 ha.
Good night, family. Love you all. Have a wonderful week.
All right, James, everybody.
Oh, wait a minute. Where Prophetess at? I thought she left.
No, she's still here. She's still here. No, she's still there. Good, Brown. Yes,
time over there. She's about to
all right, Pat.
Thank you, Prophetess. All right.
Yes, thank you for
Dr. Liddy.
All right.
Thank you. All right, on the other side. Tap, tap. Tap it up. Tap. Turn the hand over. Have to get that lymphatic system moving. All the way up to the neck, right into the neck area. And breathe. On the other side. Good. All right, we're moving that lymphatic system right here. Top right here.
You know I'm gonna do it.
All right, press that. Big jump.
Tap. All right, come on. Top of the head. Tap. Come on, Preston. I see you, boy. Tap that dog.
I can't get it up there. It's Dr. Green President. Help from out. Raise my hand.
Come on down. See, we're just detox the whole face, the head, the neck, all of that. See that? She just did all of that. Good. Breathe. I see you, Lydia. I see you. All right. Mariah, you see what we're working with over here?
All right. Lydia.
Like this every day.
All right.
Tap. This is the K29. This is the kidneys right here. Right back here, that's the kidneys. Good. And breathe. Good. All right, come on down. Left and right. What's on the left side? Y'all better not say that. All right, what's on the right side? All right, just checking. All right, take a breath in and release. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Trust me, don't stop breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. One more time. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And clap. All right. Good. Now, rub them together. This is what we call the energy bath. This is actually building that heat up. Y'all feel that heat? Rub them.
Yeah.
That heat. That's all heat. That feels good.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Right, when you get enough heat in your hand, take it and just rub it on down. Don't touch yourself, though.
No cheating. Now, don't touch yourself.
Don't touch yourself, Big B. Don't touch yourself. This is called the energy bath. There you go. Good positive thought, right? Good positive, right, Marcy?
Yeah.
I see you over there. What you doing, Frida? Come on now. There you go. Get back into it now. Come on. Bring it on down. This is how you clear your field of energy. Anything going on negative? Anybody get on your last nerve? Wow. Like this. Yeah, there you go. And last one. One more. And then you take the bottom one, move the bottom hand, and you take the top hand, and then move that. That moves just the top hand. Do you feel anything moving on your bottom hand? Woo, I feel that energy. Take that last bit, put it all over your body. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And thanks for tuning in to the band.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's up, man?
Thank you.
Feet dancing. Feet is dancing. Yeah.
We got Stephanie over there.
Stephanie's dancing. Yeah. Stephanie's dancing up top. Oh, yeah, funny. Frida's dancing. Mariah's dancing. Hey.
Stephanie, take it. Go ahead, Marcy. I see you. Go ahead, Cynthia. I see you.
Get him, Frida. Get him, Frida. All right.
Oh, you can't feel this music, boy. You better check your pulse, man. I tell you. All right.
Thank you. Love you guys.
All right. Love y'all.
All right.
God bless y'all. We're going to do a countdown. All right. The countdown goes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, little Bill. We'll see you next week, Bill.
You got it, buddy. Blessings.
Love y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, little
You can keep it locked, keep it said goodbye.